there, it's Carol with Carol B Crafts. Today we'll be doing project number 3 in my Cauldron Bubble online class. Check out my website www.carolbcrafts.com to see what current classes I'll be offering. Now this is an adorable little mini pizza box, and it has a Halloween theme. It says trick or treat and has a little frog down there and some frog DSP from the Toil and Trouble DSP. And inside is the surprise. It is a little mini pizza, and on top of it, it has some little frogs. Instead of pepperoni, it has little frogs. It has a space for you to put a little treat. One of those large peppermint patties, York peppermint patties, will fit in there perfectly. And it has a little place here for you to put a gift card or stash some money in there. So let's get started on making our project. The items that you'll need lemon lime twist ink and Memento black ink. You'll need light and dark old olive Stampin' blends. You'll need some glue, your snail, I'm not sure if you need a bone folder. Yeah, you probably need a bone folder. Some mini glue dots and some scissors, and you'll need a stapler. And hopefully that's all. I make no promises, but hopefully that's all you need. Now if you don't have the class kit, or if you want to make more, I'll give you the dimensions as we go along so that you can do that. It starts with the mini pizza box, and I basically just took my Memento ink pad, put something underneath obviously, and just wiped it around till I got that spooky look there. And the pizza box, this is basic black. It is the largest circle in the layering circle framelits. The sauce is a gray sauce. Let me find the sauce here. Where's the sauce? It is the gray granite, and it is the second largest circle in the layering circle framelit size. And I got a little ridge here basically by putting this over the second largest die and using my bone folder and just kind of pushing in the center, and I caused a little ridge. Now there is a video on how to do the pizza in different colors, and I will show you. I'll link that in the description below so that you can follow that pizza dimensions and just change out the colors. The moldy, nasty, gross cheese is the Soul Saffron, the third largest circle in the layering circle framelits. I ran it through the softly falling folder and got the bumpy, like the bumpy cheese, the bubbly cheese, and then I put some soft suede. I believe that's soft suede. Yeah, the soft suede ink. I just took it and in the soft suede ink, and I just kind of wiped it like this in the ink pad till I got the look that I wanted. And so it looks pretty disgusting. That's the look I was going for. Now the frogs will be stamping and cutting out, stamping, coloring, and cutting out with our dies on this Whisper White piece that is 4 by 3 1/4. So that's for stamping. This is our label. The label comes from the Night Owl Thinlits dies. It's this label right here, but if you have a different label, you can use a different label, so we'll be stamping that. This stitched label here that goes on the front where we do the trick or treat, this comes from the Stitched Labels framelits. I give you 2, you only need 1. And here's the other one. I'll put that aside. Hopefully I won't need it. So that is our pizza. Then our little band here this is some of the Granny Apple Green textured, woven textured ribbon. And let's see, how much of that do you need? 12 inches. 12 inches of that. This is a punch out from this punch, and I'm not sure what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. But I don't want to tell you the wrong name. And so that's from that punch. Then we have a Granny Apple Green 2-inch punch. This is from the 2-inch punch that we sell. And then of course your stitched label is going to go on there. And that's going to go on your ribbon. To build the box part, I have a piece of Granny Apple Green. That's 11 inches by 3 3/8. I scored it at 3 3 1/4. No, 3 3 3/4. So there's 3/4 difference. 3 3/4. 3 3 3/4. Sorry. And then 7 1/4 and 8. And then it's just going to go like this. So if yours isn't folded, you'll need to take your bone folder and crease your folds where your score lines are. Okay, so that's our box, and that's going to go under our pizza. So we'll go ahead and set our pizza on top of that. And let's see, what else? This is going to go on the front here. It's a piece of Granny Apple Green, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. It's a square. And on top of that will be our Frog DSP, which is, oh, I didn't. It is 3 by 3. So that's going to go on there. That goes on the front. This, where does this black go? Where does the black go? Oh, the black goes under here. And it is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So that goes on the top like that. So a basic black 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. Then we have a piece of basic black that's going to go under our label. And it is 2 7/8 by 1. It's going to go like that. And then this is a little bit trickier here. This is a Granny Apple Green. It's 4 1/2 by 4 7/8. And I scored it at 1/2 inch on both the long sides. And then I scored it at 1 1/2 inch across this way. And that's going to make our holder for here. But before we do that, we're going to need to stamp it with the little frogs, the green frog in the lemon lime twist. We'll stamp the front, and then we'll stamp inside here where it's going to show, because this is how it's going to look right here with our label on front. Alright, so let's get stamping. So we're going to stamp this, we're going to stamp our frogs, we're going to stamp our label, we're going to stamp this label, and I think that's all. So, well, you know, why not do this? Why not we go ahead and put together what we can so that it doesn't get all out of whack and in the wrong place. Now that we have it all organized, let's just go ahead and build our what we can. And we can do our pizza. Now we don't want to do this quite yet because we're going to staple this to the ribbon, and I'm not sure where. It looks like it might be in the center. So let's just go ahead and staple it in the center of our ribbon. Decide which is the good side and which is the back side. I think this looks good. Find the center. and then get a stapler. I have a mini stapler, but you could use a regular stapler. And you're just going to staple that there, like that, in the center. And then you're going to put your Granny Apple Green 2-inch circle on there. And we won't be able to put this on till we stamp it. And so what else? What else can we do? Let's go ahead and get our box ready. So fold all of our folds on our box. I thought about doing this in Granny Apple Green. If you wanted a green box, you could do it with the Granny Apple Green ink pad instead of the Memento Tuxedo Black. So I'm going to tuck these two in, and you can see they have a little bit of a tab. That tab is going to go through these openings here, and then these tabs go in as well, like that. And then this is just going to go like here. So we know that this is going to go inside here. So let's go ahead and put some glue on this. And make sure that it's going to be, let's just do it like this. We'll make sure that it's going to fill up the space but not be too big. So when you're happy with it, just push it down. Now you know it's going to fill up the space. Maybe it goes this way. No, it goes this way. Okay, and then we know our pizza is going to go on top of there. So how do we want to put a pizza on? I think I'll put a pizza on with some glue because I don't want it to come off, and I want to be able to move it around so that I have it where I want it, and press it down from the inside, kind of pinch it. Might have been smart to do this before I closed it up, but afterthought, right? Okay, so there's our pizza, and it's going to close up like that. So I think we are pretty much done everything we can do until we do our stamping. So we'll set all of this aside and get out our stamping supplies. So we have, we're going to do Happy Halloween on this, our frogs on here, and frogs on here. And actually, it looks like maybe I used old olive ink on that frog. Yeah, I think I did. Okay guys, so you're going to need some old olive ink. Sorry. But you could use Memento Black if you wanted to. I just think it would look cuter. So get your frog out. We need 8 frogs. He's such a cute little frog, and I just dropped him. So I'll be using a C block for my frog. I'm going to get him so he's sitting up straight. Now I've got old olive ink, and I'm just going to, and I need to leave space for to cut them out with my die. I might be able to fit 4 on there, but I only need 8, so. Okay, so there's my frog with my old olive ink. Now I'm going to switch inks, and I'm going to stamp this, and I'll put a piece of scratch paper underneath. And I'm going to stamp it in Lemon Lime Twist. And this is just going to be willy-nilly. I'm going to turn it so that my frogs are not all going in the same direction. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it to the inside because this is the side that's going to show. I might do another frog here. Do a few more. So that my frogs aren't all going in the same direction and looking in the same direction. Well, this is kind of fun. Stamping all these frogs. Okay, I don't have to go all the way down because that's going to be covered up. So that's going to be that. I might be able to fit a frog in here. There. How cute. Alright, so I'm going to clean off my... Whoops, I'm not done with my Lemon Lime Twist quite yet. I'm going to clean off my frog stamp. I am done with my frog stamp. Now you're going to get this stamp here, which is kind of like the little stars and hocus, like the bubbly potion bubbles and stuff. You're going to stamp that onto, now let me see, do I stamp off and on? Nope, I stamped full strength. So you're going to stamp that kind of on here. Like that, just to have a little bit of a background. Then you can clean that stamp off. Now we're going to stamp Trick or Treat on that. Make sure I don't have it upside down, Trick or Treat. And that's going to be in the Memento Black ink. And you just want to put that in the center. Trick or Treat. And then the last thing we want to stamp is our Happy Halloween. And it's going to go in the center here of this. I think I'll bring in my scratch paper again. Some of it's got sticky on it, though. I'm going to tear off the sticky part. I'm going to put a little bit of snail on each side to hold this in place while I stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to get my, this is also the C block, it's just about the right size. And this way I can kind of hold this in place while I stamp it. And this one part of this stamp is very level, so if you get that level with the edge of your paper or your label, then you know your stamp's going to be level. Okay, and then I have my Happy Halloween. If you're not happy with that, you have another one, another label, because I gave you the two. Well, actually I like that one better, so I'm just going to go with the first one. So I think we're done with our stamping. So now we're going to do our coloring. We'll need our light and dark old olive. The dark old olive will be for the outside of the frog, and the light old olive will be for its belly. So we have all of our stamping done. Now we need to just cut out our frogs with our labels. our Cauldron framelits dies. There's a little frog die here. It's so darling. We're going to cut out all our little frogs and find the right way he goes. It might be a little, there we go. And I'm just going to put a small piece of tape to hold it in place while I run these through. So run all your frogs through your Big Shot. Okay, so I have all my little frogs cut out. And on the pizza, I'm going to put there'll be 7 of them on the pizza and 1 of them here on this. So I'll go ahead and put these on with some glue dots. And it's kind of a good thing to go ahead and put them in the spot that you're going to want them, so you can kind of space them out where you want them. I just think that's so darling. Do we have an extra one? 7, 8. Yeah, we did. We were supposed to have an extra one. Okay, so go ahead and put your frogs on with glue dots. Just 1 glue dot per frog, and you might want to just twist it rather than pull it. And then you're going to want to go ahead and put this frog on your label. So now we're ready to do this part here. And you don't want to do it really tight. You want to leave room for the card or money. So leave enough pucker in there for your card to fit in there. Now, I don't know if I told you, but I cut out this section here. You know, when I scored it at half and then 1 1/2, I cut out this section here with the scissors. I don't know if I told you that, so I want to tell you that now. So we're going to put this on with, I'm going to use some glue because it's going to get some pressure, and I want it to be able to. Now, if you have a card, you could go ahead and put a card in there so that you know you've left enough room. I think I might just stick this down in there. Yeah, that's going to leave enough room for a card to go in there. And then on the front, we'll put our Happy Halloween on top of, just use some snail for this, in front of our basic black. A little bit off. Come on. There, that's better. That's going to go on the very front here. I might put that on with some glue too, just because it's easier to center it. Okay, so now we are ready to put this inside our box. It's going to go here. Now you can use tear and tape, or you can use glue, whichever you want to use. I'm going to use glue. Snail will not hold it because it is wax. It has a waxy finish on it, and it will not hold. The snail will not hold. So we want to make sure that's going to close. There we go. Just let that dry for a little bit. While that's drying, we'll finish this up by putting our circle, our label, on our center here. Okay, that looks straight enough. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. Alright, so now this should have had time to dry. So we're going to close this up. Make sure everything is in place. And then this is where we're going to put the ribbon on, like this. And how did I do the ribbon? Actually, I used tear and tape for the ribbon. Oops, I forgot to tell you you were going to need tear and tape. So what you want to do is you want to wrap this around, but you don't want it to be too tight, okay? Because you're going to have to take this off and on. So you're going to wrap it around, fold one side over the other, and then you're going to mark it with a pencil, just a little bit. You can fold this back and mark it so it doesn't show. That's going to let you know where you need to stop with your adhesive. So we're going to put our adhesive from this mark to the end. So I'll get our tear and tape. I guess you might be able to use glue if you didn't have tear and tape, but I suggest you use tear and tape or a strong adhesive. Maybe Fast Fuse would do it. So we're going to do one. Press it down. Yeah, you should have tear and tape on hand at all times because it's a really good tape. I live in a humid climate and I have to use tear and tape a lot. So once I've got the one off, I'm going to put another one on the other side, but not over the edge. Okay, so now that we have our tape, we can find our box and wrap this around. Remember, you don't want to have it too tight. So when you have it tight, loosen it up just a little bit and lay your ribbon down on top and press it down. And mine is loose enough that it will come off and on easily, but not so loose that it falls off. That's what you're going for. Okay, well, I almost forgot to put this on top. It was over to the side. So I looked at it and I thought something looks funny. And sure enough, that's what looked funny. I just think these frogs are darling. Little frogs. So cute. Alright, so now it probably will look a lot better now that I have that on there, and I hope I left enough room to slip this on and off. That was the plan. Get it over that corner there. Alright, so now our little mini pizza box is finished, and inside we have this gross, disgusting, darling pizza with cute little frogs on it. Alright, well, thanks for watching and joining me, and I will be back with project number 4. This was project number 3 in my Cauldron Bubble online class. Check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, for my most current class offerings. Thanks for watching. Bye.